Had 40 yards rushing and 60 yards passing in the second half. Obviously, the most important statistic is the score, but what were some of the adjustments that you made at halftime to really limit them?
Just played with a little better discipline, as much as anything. Just better gap integrity and just not running up the field on the option. That's the biggest thing.
After watching them, were you able to kind of diagnose the problem?
I knew the problem. I didn't have to watch the film. I knew it on the field.
With stopping the tight ends?
Yeah, all kinds of different ways, right? Yeah, throwback, they make a good play for a 55-yard touchdown. I mean, the shovel, is the play. It's not the tight ends, it's the option, and they happen to use him as the guy. So they had 13 shovels for 75 yards. So the tight ends got all of them but one, or were the target for all but one. So
Yeah, Wake Forest is a pretty good tight end at number 8.
yeah.
What have you seen?
Well, hopefully they don't throw it to him.
What have you seen from the way they utilize that? How
Same way. Yep.
Expected.
Throwback, vertical, stick, boot. Sure they'll put the shovel in. I would.
The player of the D-line, how do you think they
Hey, they were aight. Dexter was terrific. Yeah. D tackles were solid.
Coach, speaking of the D tackles, you got some depth there, but how's the loss of Scott Bogano affect the interior?
Well, it hurts. Scott's a great leader for us, a tough guy. He's played real well this year, and we do have a little bit of depth there. And Albert Huggins got to step up along with Jabril Robinson.
In seriousness, what ways have you seen Dexter grow from the start of a season to where he is now?
I'm just I'm not that he ever lacked confidence, but assuredness in what he's doing and confidence from his teammates. And, he had 2 terrific plays and the block kicks in the game, and has played, real consistent for a young guy. Has played real consistent, gets off blocks and makes plays, and probably he would say he's just gotten more and more confident as the season's gone along.
We interviewed you Saturday night, and you often can't tell things. I mean, sometimes you can right after a loss.
Mm-hmm.
Never as good as it seems, never as bad as it seems. What have you taken away Sunday, Monday, Tuesday from the film that you?
Well, it's just as much, you have to play with discipline. We said that, sat in this press conference a week ago and said the same thing going into the game, that it's a lot like option football, and lo and behold, they ran the inverted shovel option, and we didn't stop the dive from the first drive. We had 2 plays on the first drive. After we, in a 3-deep coverage, we jump a flat route and they hit it for 44 yards. It got them all charged up on the second play of the game, and then nobody's tackling the dive. The dive player did not tackle the dive twice on that first drive, and as a result, it gave that play life the rest of the game. And again, it's whatever it was, 12, 13 times for 75 yards. That was their run game, and it kept us off balance all game long. So, when you're not stopping the dive, you're gonna just be hanging on, and that's kind of what I thought that extended drives and gave them life and created some critical plays during the course of the game that led to touchdowns.
Brent, their horizontal stuff was pretty lethal coming in too. Does stopping that sort of come at the expense of the inside stuff?
No, not at all. When that tackle block's down, that guy sits. That's it. And so the horizontal stuff, that guy wasn't making those plays. We got guys for that. And so they didn't have anything to do with it. You read your key with discipline. He blocks down, you squeeze, you sit. It's as simple as it gets. And we just didn't do it, And other times it's not just one guy, but one guy had his hand in it about 4 times. And then there's some other times they caught us. One time in particular, they caught us in a bad call. We hadn't worked. And they did a good job of giving it all kinds of different ways with different personnel groups, different motions, different shifts. And we were in some different calls. So, but But it's just fundamentals though too.
How much of a barometer will Wake Forest offense be to gauge your improvement and the corrections that you made?
It's everything. I mean, we don't play well, we're not going to win. So, I mean, I really don't care about gauging and all that. We need to play well
Well, based on,
in order.
on the way that their offense is.
I don't know what you mean. I don't know what you mean.
Is it very different from Pitt's Wake Forest offense schematically?
I mean, it's different. So, it's different.
What are some of the ways in which they're different?
They're more of a spread. They want to run the ball and take their opportunities to throw it when it's there, and they get it out quick. And but more ways different than not, but presents its own set of challenges.
Brent, you guys have had a couple of drives that got extended because of personal foul flags. I mean, a couple on Ben.
Way too many.
And I mean, some of those plays with Ben, it's just the way he plays. I mean, he's an aggressive, physical player. How do you coach that? I mean, you don't want to get him any less physical than he is.
I think Ben's been fine.
Yeah.
Ben's been fine.
Do you think that officials maybe look at him a little closer than
They
some
might.
players?
That'd be a good question to ask them. I don't know. And I don't know. But Ben's played real well, this year. And I love his emotion. And he's done a good job of channeling it, and guys feed off of him. And, he knows how to control himself as well. But he's a passionate player, and you don't want to, handcuff him. He knows when to say when, and he's done a good job of that this year.
Anything else? Thank you, Coach.
Yep.